Yo, what up, YouTube? I'm gonna talk about the confusion of today. I'm gonna talk about why confusion is a problem, man. Like, take for instance, in many of these, what do you call it, cults or secret societies or whatever, they venerate the mother goddess. And the problem with the mother goddess situation is the fact that you could really see it coming into effect with a lot of people in society, in civilization. And the fact of the matter is the mother goddess, what a lot of people, I'm assuming Wiccans, pertains to Mother Nature. But we're going completely a different direction than Mother Nature. We're completely set apart. And natural law follows spiritual law. Okay? So here's the thing. When you have the dudes and the women venerating the mother goddess in these secret circles and what have you, and they casting spells and things like that, let me tell you something. If things go in cycles, the last time in history when black people got their rights, after that, immediately, women got their rights, right? But when it came time for there to be a female president, right? Nobody wanted to mess with it. So they like skipped their turn. But these same dudes in these secret circles venerate the mother goddess and worship that. And now we got alphabets in the scene. And the question is how did they get there? What's the mysterious LGBT Q? All right. And I'm not hating on you, brothers and sisters, but I ask people to know themselves and know how they arrive to a situation. A lot of people got there generally from heartbreak. They put their trust in somebody, they let them down, and they don't want to deal with that sex anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't hating on anybody in a way, but you got to start to look at certain things. Like, take for instance, with the BLM situation, who had a voice in terms of speaking out against an injustice, then it merged with different groups and parties, and then all of a sudden it became about those other parties in the BLM. So the voice got, you know what I'm saying, choked out. You know what I'm saying? And you have the feminist movement, and the feminist movement are led by the T's. You know, the T's are the ones that's speaking out and things like that. Oh, he's taking a shot at the T's. No, I'm not. These are just facts. All right. When you look at that situation. So when you garner the mother goddess or mother nature and what have you, but you're going against the principle, and now, you know what I'm saying, you have men that are dealing in, you know what I'm saying, dealing in a certain type of way. I mean, they're garnering the mother goddess, but they're set apart from nature. So there can't be any power behind that spirituality that they speak of, what they're trying to promote. Female should be leading the feminist movement. That's all I'm saying to feminists. It's not about LGBTQ, which is a whole different set of things. Shouldn't be about that whatsoever. And others can come in always to support somebody, because people should speak out against any injustice. Okay. But it should be very clear that it's about that thing. All right. When things get convoluted and there's confusion, the devil is always there. And that's what I'm talking about. So how are you going to have all these people venerating the mother goddess? Okay. And at the head of every course is a man. How are you going to have a Muslim outfit? I forgot the extremist group or whatever. Some extremist Muslim outfit, allegedly terrorist group called ISIS, and ISIS is a divine female goddess or whatever that is known for emasculating men and what have you. You garner this thing in which it causes mass hysteria over this group, and all that energy is gathered in praise to that deity. So some things, in some ways, how people got there, especially a young child growing up in this world, maybe they never had a choice. Maybe the principles of that which was spiritual overtook them. I ain't against anybody doing whatever they do. I know my way, which I'm going to go, but I am all about people's freedom and their free will, and to be able to decide without heavy influence, okay, to make up their own mind, okay? And that's what I'm talking about, the confusion. If you're going to be someone that's about mother nature or Wiccan, even though I'm highly against witchcraft, let me be clear. If you're going to be about that, you should at least align with the principles of nature, which means that if you're a female, in order to promote yourself as being strong, you shouldn't garner the attributes of a man. You shouldn't show like, if you like fixing cars, then you're a female that like fixing cars and you a strong female and you have babies. You know what I'm saying? That's going on course with nature. But when you trying to show that, you know what I'm saying, that you could be as strong as a man is and all these different things, nobody asked any of that. So therefore you're coming out of an insecurity to prove something that doesn't need to be proven. What you're dealing with is the bias of the world and the confusion of the world and the fact that you should have your place in equal rights as well. That I could stand with. But not if you're running along in a situation where it becomes convoluted and I'm promoting something that I wouldn't be promoting. I'm not going to promote a feminist agenda. I will promote an injustice that is done to women, as with anybody, which means in that injustice, it fits for every person, even the LGBTQ. I'm unbiased. I don't have a double mind. I don't deal with confusion like that. All right. So I expect women to align, if they're going to be in that attribute or space, to know the qualities and the amazing attributes of what it is to be a female. Because let me tell you something, no man is arguing against that. All right. But when it gets into corporations and business and things like that, things become very different. And that's where the confusion sets into place. You know what I'm saying? These people will deny a woman a job or equal pay and then go in their secret circles and venerate the mother goddess. That's what they deal with in the secret society or what have you. And I guarantee you they don't know what it means because it pertains to the Bible, but it's just some offshoot of whatever they think it means. But if you're not aligned with the principles that are female, okay, and respecting it relatively from where you stand, then you're missing the entire point. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be any electrical current or power that's coming in your stance. You have no spiritual power. You're set apart from yourself. You become a walking contradiction. You become an agent of chaos, one promoting confusion rather than getting your voice out and being heard. And see, people will hear this and get highly offended because they have no comprehension. They've been dead asleep. But I ain't got time to offend you. You know what I'm saying? My war is against confusion. That's what it's against. Confusion is upon everybody. When I speak about targeting and oppression, it's things that I'm aware of that affects everybody. The mandates on vaccines affect everybody, even the children. Okay? What is happening to your free will? Now they are able to force something upon you. You see what I'm saying? And how is it forced upon you? By you collapsing under your free will and using fear that you may lose your job or this, that, and the other. These are agendas that affect everyone. And to anybody that hates me simply for being black, hey man, I respect that. That's fine. I respect your free will. But in the meantime, while we have all these oppressions hitting us equally, let me tell you something. Make a Post-it note and hate me tomorrow. All right? Right now, we all got to kind of stand together because if they could keep dividing us, that's an issue. Your little racism or whatever people are about, that shit really don't impress me because what happened to George Floyd and what have you, that was agendas and secret society motives that had nothing to do with racism. And they used that to put a battery in people's back. That's the same thing they do with the feminist movement and this, that, and the other. A dude named Slim 400 got shot. He was a blood. He got killed by one of his own gang members, I think. You see what I'm saying? And people are saying hypothetically it has to do with a female. Yo, that's misdirection. All right. A lot of these gangs, the signs they throw up are the same that they throw up in the Masons. The Masons set up the gangs. What do you got? Bloods and Crits, Democrat and Republican. Right? In boxing, you got a red side of the ring, you got a blue side of the ring. It's the same programming over and over and over again in the Matrix. You got a man and you got a woman. You got sexism, right? So you keep pitting people against one another and you divide the public. And if you're so simple that you could be categorized and fit into a box because they give you these stories that put a freaking battery in your back, you see what I'm saying? Then you're missing the point. If you're at the point where there's an active shooter in your building, then you miss the point. A lot of the time, somebody, you should check on loving your neighbor, simply checking on, hey man, you doing all right today? Check on people. Somebody get made up fun of a lot, that's an injustice. You say something. What are you talking about? Why are you saying that to that man? Why are you saying that to that woman? That's unnecessary, right? But people don't want to do that. And then when something bad happens, then the media can sensationalize it and use it as a coin to mind control you. People got to wake up, man. Free your mind, man. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.